Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sports Shorts Daily, presented by LeBears Casino. Ronnie Rance, Tommy Chrysan here with you. TK joining us over at our home away from home, Tremonti's Meat and Seafood in Baton Rouge. You've heard us talk about Tremonti's right over there by Parkview Baptist School, corner of Sherwood and Airline Highway. Well, I guess Segan and Airline Highway, depending on what direction. Go check out Tremonti's Meat and Seafood. I'm at an undisclosed location presented by the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame. Go to lasportshall.com and find out how you can join the team. That's the shirt I'm wearing right here. You can become a team member as low as $10 a month. Help support the nonprofit, the Louisiana Sports Hall of Fame Foundation, the museum, etc. Go find out more info on joining the team. And, of course, we're presented by LeBears Casino, where it will be rocking this weekend. Anytime there's an LSU football home game, Friday nights at LeBears is the place to be, getting ready for that Saturday football game. All right, TK, LSU football at home this weekend, the Saints at home this weekend, Major League Baseball, bunch of games tonight, 4 of them, in fact. We'll get to that. Tulane playing on national TV tomorrow night. But first little bit of news we want to talk about. We're going to go Texas Collegiate League, because what else would you talk about in October but the TCL, the Texas Collegiate League? If you watch this show, you obviously know that we are Rougarou centric for the last X amount of years, 4 years, in fact. But in the Baton Rouge, Rougarou had some big news. And, of course, now we have Gumbeaux Gator news as well over in Lake Charles now that we own that team. But yesterday, a big day for both of the franchises, because we announced that new coaches would be at each organization. One, over in Baton Rouge, excited to announce Mike Forbes to a 3-year contract. Mike Forbes from Baton Rouge, played at Central High, played college baseball, played professional baseball for a little while, and has been an excellent high school baseball coach over the last 10-plus years. He won a couple state championships at Central, where he spent, I think, 8 seasons as head coach over there, his alma mater. And then after 2 years as a head coach in Bruley High School, he's now over at Walker High. Just finished his first year, this 25 at Walker High School. They're getting an all-new turf field this offseason. A lot of big things happening over at Walker High. But now he'll be the next the head baseball coach for the Baton Rouge Rougarou for the next 3 years. So excited about that. A lot of folks are pumped for him. If you go to social media, you see everybody congratulating Mike Forbes on being the next Baton Rouge Rougarou head coach. And, of course, that lends itself to say, well, why the change, Tommy? Because you won a championship. Rougarou went 40-11 this past year. Why would you make a change? Well, anytime you have the opportunity to lock in a head coach for 2-3 seasons, anything like that, you're going to take it, especially against somebody we've offered the job to in the past and couldn't quite make it happen because it wasn't the right timing for him. But Stephen Klein and Carl Abiu did such a good job in their first year as coaches for the Rougarou last year. Will be now moving to Lake Charles. Both of them are New Orleans natives. Both of them make a living in sports and make a living in private lessons and personal training. And Carl does that full time. Stephen also is the hitting coach for Delgado Dolphins this year down there for Joe Sherman. Well, they're going to take their challenge to Lake Charles and going to be the head coaches and the coach and pitching coach over there. And that's exciting for them, Tommy, because as you know, in the summertime, over in Baton Rouge, a lot of your free time is worried about that field, taking care of that field, worrying about that field, dodging the raindrops, putting the tarp on and off. You don't have those issues in Lake Charles. It's a full turf field at McNeese State University. So it's an opportunity for them to just coach baseball, not have to worry about taking care of a field, which is a relief for them. So plus, they have the challenge of going from worst to first. Worst team in the league last year, trying to make it the best team in the league this year. So those are the big hires and announcements yesterday. I'm excited about it.
Yeah, I'm really excited about it, too. I've known Mike Forbes for a long time. I saw him at a handful of Rougarou games last year, and excited about that. And, of course, got to know Stephen and Carl through the summer last year. And, Lake Charles is such a great sports town, and it's going to be fun. It's going to be an interesting summer for you, Mr. Ronnie, but we got ways. And I got a little something I'm going to share with you in a day or two that's going to make it easier on you, okay? Is that okay with you?
Sounds good. I like it.
I'm very serious. I mean, never been more serious about anything or what I'm going to show you. You're going to be amazed. It's going
Well,
to help
look,
you.
it's the season is 7 months away, but I can tell you that there's it'll be fun and it'll be some good juice. The biggest rivalry in the Texas Collegiate League clearly is now going to be Lake Charles versus Baton Rouge. That'll be a lot of fun between those two. So, all right, well, uh, this weekend LSU 6:45 start tomorrow night, excuse me, Saturday night for South Carolina versus LSU. The line kind of holding steady right here, Tommy. 9.5. LSU's a 9.5 point favorite. Over under 44.5, which is I feel like a little bit low for that big of a spread, right? You normally 44.5, two SEC teams at home. Garrett Nussmeier, at quarterback, you'd think, oh, take the over, take the over. Where are you on that over under as far as right now?
I mean, that's a tough one because, Nussmeier, Brian Kelly says he's good. He's going to be fine. Going to be a real Garrett Nussmeier. But Kelly said a lot of things in the last 8 weeks that kind of didn't really add up or whatever. So, hey, it's no secret. LSU's got to be able to run the football. Nussmeier, the wide receivers, tight ends, offense has got to play. The defense is not the problem for LSU. The offense or lack thereof is. And, you've had a week off, heal up the bumps and bruises. South Carolina's a tough team. This game was very close in Columbia last year. Now, I know the rosters are significantly different because of the portal, but it's still, I mean, it's going to be a heck of a game. I don't know. If I had to say right now on Wednesday, I kind of like Carolina at 9.5. Maybe LSU wins with a field goal or a late score, something like that. But I don't see LSU just kind of running over South Carolina by any stretch because they can't run.
It's hard to, based on the body of work through 5 games, think that LSU is going to blow out South Carolina. And I feel like if you win by more than 10, in the SEC at home, you blew them out. Last running quarterback, you saw the troubles they had against South Carolina last year. You saw the troubles they had against Texas A&M last year. You saw the troubles they had against Ole Miss last time they played, as far as a mobile quarterback and the damage that run pass option is real. And you've got a defense that has played really well this year, but this last game gave up almost 500 yards or whatever it did. A supporter of the defense is going to say, or a apologizer is going to say, yeah, but they were on the field too much, and that's true. But did that defense also get exposed a little bit? Were there some cracks in there? Did some coordinators able to see, oh, okay, if we got a guy that can do this, this can work? So I think, Tommy, I would have to say at this moment, I would probably buy the 0.5 point, take South Carolina plus 10. That's sort of my MO. I don't like the hooks. And then also I would take the under. But I like the plus 10 more than I like the under. But if I had to take an over under, I would probably take the under. I think a 24-17, man, is a good score. 21-17, 21-20, I feel like that's a good spot. Of course, they did a great job on that over under because that's about what I would probably have had it.
Yeah, no, I like the under in the game. Like you just said, 24-17 is an under. And I mean, I just don't see the LSU offense, unless they explode. But I mean, we got no reason to believe that's going to happen. Could it happen? I guess. I don't know. But
this is going to be an interesting test for the LSU fans because obviously there's disappointment with LSU losing to Ole Miss. Everybody's a coach and a GM and has the solution and why. But look, you had a week off to get all that out of your system, to get that negativeness out of your system, to get that frustration out of your system. And then all of a sudden becomes this week where if you're a true LSU fan, you're jonesing a little bit. You didn't get the football last weekend. You're missing it a little bit. So now you can turn the page and move on. You get a night game, which is what you always want in Tiger Stadium. LSU's record speaks for itself. One of the best in the country at night, no matter who they play. but everything's still in front of you. You go out there, you take care of business with South Carolina. You win decisively. I don't know, decisively, 2-touchdown win, and now all of a sudden LSU fans are back on the bandwagon. Okay, look, we got a winnable road game next week at Vandy. Yeah, Vandy's only got one loss, but it's still Vandy. We still think we should go up there in Nashville and take care of them regardless. We know it'll be hard fought, but LSU feels like, okay, we can go win that. And now all of a sudden you got some momentum going. If you lose this game and you find yourself 4-2, then with 6 games left, then I feel like LSU fans are going to almost feel like it's over because they know there's more losses coming on that schedule. So it's a big game, and I feel like they need to bring it. It needs to be super electric. This is where that reputation's got to live. LSU fans have to flush last week, forget the bad game, and come strong and kind of be the difference. Because I still want to see this offense be this offense. We don't know if Garrett Nussmeier's ever going to be healthy this year with the knee, with the ribs or whatever. Like, it may just be an ugly, grinded out, win by one kind of team.
Yeah, I might have to find a way to win. The game's sold out. I think there's some single seats left, and of course you can go to off market and try to find some. But no, it's all going to be Carolina's going to do what Ole Miss did defensively because they saw that it worked. And so LSU better have a plan and be ready to adjust. I mean, if they can run the ball as a team for 120 yards, they'll probably win the game because then that'll open up the passing. So it's going to be interesting. A lot of people are going to tune in and check it out. The weather's supposed to be fine, although hunting season's going on. So, that always affects attendance a little bit for those guys and gals that like to get in the woods. But very curious to watch that LSU offense in particular this Saturday night.
All right, TK, let's talk about the Houdats, the New Orleans Saints. It's amazing what one win can do. The vibe of the state, people talk, hey, Taysom Hill's back. Hey, that replacement for Ruiz looked good at right guard. Like all of a sudden now there's this juice. Pump the brakes, new Houdat fans. I mean, you had 5 turnovers to none. Some of those turnovers were literally gifts from God, from the football gods. Just, here you go, take it. We don't want it. We're the Giants. This Patriots game is, I don't know what to expect out of New England Patriots. One week they look like they're on the level of the Saints, but then last week they get one of the biggest wins of the season in the NFL, going to an undefeated Buffalo team and winning. Hopefully, if you're a Saints fan, the Patriots sort of extended and used up a lot of energy and focus, and maybe they're patting themselves on the back this week after that big Buffalo win.
Yeah, coin flip with the Patriots. What you're going to get, and we'll wait and see. But it'd be something if the Saints could get another win. I know you're not counting on that. You don't want that because of some other reasons. But I don't know, man. I just, the Saints, kind of like the Giants gave them the game. I know it might be a bold statement, but I don't know. I like the Patriots -3.5. I think they can come in with the game face on and go ahead and get it done.
All right, so TK leaning towards taking the road team in the Dome. It would be something for the Patriots to win back-to-back games on the road. That's hard to do in the NFL, no matter who you are. But we have seen road teams travel pretty well, so I would imagine you're going to see a lot of Patriots fans in New Orleans, no question. 46.5. How about that? The Saints line is bigger than the LSU line as far as the total at home. You don't usually see that very often.
Well, that's the wise guys looking at the same offense everyone else has been looking at.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. All right, Major League Baseball playoffs. It's your time to shine, TK. Well, we got 4 games today. What's been your reaction so far in the playoffs? Surprises, or what?
I tell you, I mean, I thought Seattle and Milwaukee were great teams, and they're kind of showing that. Detroit, was great for 2/3 of the season and kind of tailed a little bit. But it's 4 games today. So, I mean, if you're a baseball guy and it's a Wednesday, I mean, you're going to have some fun. Last game will have Aaron Nola throwing for the Phillies, trying to stay alive against the Dodgers. But, Ronnie, last night the Yankees are down 6-1 to the Blue Jays. Did you see the home run that Aaron Judge hit?
Off the fair pole. Yeah.
99 miles an hour in 0-2 pitch up and in. Like maybe only one other person could have done that, and that'd been Barry Bonds in his heyday. But that ball was inside, and for Judge to get the barrel to the ball and keep it fair, it's not impossible because he did it. But don't try it at home. But Barry Bonds probably could have done that, but Judge, I don't know that anybody else can. Cal Raleigh, I don't. You pick the name. I don't think they could have done that. But then the Yankees end up coming back, staying alive in the Bronx, and they'll play again today, 6 o'clock our time, and we'll see what happens. I'm ready for some baseball. It's been pitching. It's been the 100 miles an hour plus has been the thing. You know, the guy from Milwaukee, Mizorowski, he was an LSU signee and pitched in Kirsch Rooney against Delgado in the postseason down there a couple of years ago, throwing 101 at Kirsch Rooney. That means you're not going to step on the LSU campus if you're in junior college throwing 101. So there's been a lot of really good baseball, and every pitch, every half inning, you never know what play is going to change the momentum. The crowds have been fantastic, and it's a baseball lover's dream.
If you've ever been to Kirsch Rooney, which is on Delgado's campus, old legendary ballpark, 100 years old, right there next to City Park in New Orleans. The backstop is, I don't know, I feel like it's like 15 feet behind the catcher. Okay.
Pretty close.
It's not much closer, not much further than that. And so if you see a pitcher throwing 88 miles an hour, it looks faster than normal because the fans, the dugouts for each team are both so close to the action. Like you're right on top of the field. So to see 101 means you're not going to see it. You're physically not going to see the baseball because of how close you are. I mean, that had to be something to see.
Ronnie, did you ever play at Kirsch Rooney?
I played at Kirsch Rooney as a 12-year-old.
Okay.
As a 12-year-old, I played for the Lakeshore All-Stars, and we played like some All-Star games or something like that, at Kirsch Rooney, which obviously they moved the rubber, the mound, close. I think I threw from 46 feet or something like that. And obviously the mound is 60 feet, 6 inches. So they had an alternate rubber mound or something, further down. And so I do remember playing because I remember I got hit where you don't want to get hit, Tommy, on a comebacker up the middle. I remember taking a shot, not wearing a cup at 12 years old. And that was the last time I pitched where I didn't wear a cup. I can remember, so I very much remember that moment, but yeah, I don't think I played older and later in life. No, I did not, because I played summer ball in the Cape in Alaska. Obviously didn't play junior college, didn't go to high school in New Orleans, was in Alexandria at Menard. So yeah, that was the only time. I think a game or two when I was like 12.
Right. I got a fastball story. I was batting at Kirsch Rooney in the Nord All-American League, and Frank Wills was pitching, of course. Tulane great, big leaguer for the Royals and Blue Jays. Actually, winning pitcher in an American League championship game for the Royals. Frank's no longer with us. Passed away a couple of years ago. I remember I stepped in the bat, and I wasn't a hitter. I made it look okay in the summer. And I saw Frank nod his head, and he threw a fastball, and I heard the ump say, "Strike one." And I turned around and said, "Wait a minute, he already threw it?" I didn't see it. If you'd have gave me $100, I couldn't have bunted the ball. I did not see it. I heard the catcher and the ump, and I said, "Are you telling me he already threw the ball?" I said, "Can I just go to the dugout now? I don't need to see it. I can't see it. What we got here? 3 straight fastballs. I was back in the dugout. Can't hit what you can't see, Ron."
Right.
Big Frank back then threw 94, 95 when not everybody did. I mean, Frank could fly out, and he was a good punter for the Tulane Green Wave and quite the athlete from De La Salle in New Orleans. And I know Frank's no longer with us. I did see him a few years back one night. We had a beer together in New Orleans. But great athlete, great guy, and threw way harder than anybody else at the time.
Yeah, no, trust me. I can't imagine seeing 95 plus at Kirsch Rooney with that little short backstop. All right, TK, tell us about what's going on over at Tremonti's.
Well, they got all your tailgating needs, home gating. If you're watching the game with food and friends, Going to somebody's house, they come to your house. Stop in and see all the meat, the seafood, the wine, the liquor, the shrimp rolls, the ribeye rolls, Wagyu steaks. Got a blue tape special. Ton of liquor, 25% off. They can cater anything you need done for the small party or the big party. Tremonti's Meat and Seafood. And today's a Wednesday. That means they do this every Wednesday. Their world famous hamburger, $6.99, burger and fries. They do that every Wednesday. If you already got plans today, you can dine in or you can get it to go. And of course, Tremonti's now has online ordering. Order online at Tremonti's.com. Tremonti's.com. Right now, it's pickup only, delivery coming soon, and all them Thanksgiving turkeys not too far around the corner. So that's all at Tremonti's Meat and Seafood in Baton Rouge. Don't forget to like and share this show. That helps everybody involved. We appreciate that. Whether you watch it on YouTube, X, or Facebook, like and share this show. Tell everybody about it. We've been growing and growing for many, many years now, so appreciate that. On behalf of Ronnie Rants, I'm Tommy Christ, and next episode of Sports Shorts Daily will be Friday morning. I'll be back here at Tremonti's Meat and Seafood getting you ready for the weekend. Have a great day, everybody.